Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging with comments, likes, subscribing. You know I do appreciate it as we continue to enjoy the best game in the Sims franchise, being The Sims 2. We are back in Riverblossom Hills for another client redesign, and today is the Viejo clients. Family, I should say. But before that, I would like to apologize for the sound quality of the last video. I did remaster it. Hopefully it turned out better. So thank you so much for your patience. And I do have some new sound equipment coming in, hopefully the next couple, 3 days. So anyway, this too shall pass. So can Catherine and Betty cope with the loss of their close friend and face their own imminent mortality, or will they find a way to cheat death? Will Andrew and Jacob find a way to fulfill their dreams and get in the great game of life? Well, let's check it out. So when you load them, the first thing you recognize, or the first thing I personally do, is check their memories because it tells you a little bit of their story. And unfortunately, all of their memories are good. Like, hey, my friend Linda Martin died. Isn't that exciting? Hey, Linda's daughter-in-law Elena died. Isn't that exciting? Okay, there's a problem here. So we've got no bad memories. We just have good memories. That's okay. But anyway, so we need to create a look for them. So what's happening here is both Betty and Catherine were friends with Andrew's mother. Andrew is also recently a widower, and his wife died while the teenage son Jacob was actually a child. Jacob used to date Jules Mackey, excuse me, but now is dating Sandra Roth. So yeah, there's no chances for drama at all whatsoever. Now, as I look at this home, it is quite attractive. It's a bit on the sprawling. It's got the whole suburban McMansion feel to it. I don't intend to do too much to the outside except for this right here. It's not the problem of the color, it's this. The seams don't line up, and that bothers me. So either this has to be made the same as the rest, or I have to, and what's this little detail here? That's clearly they had intended for this to be that and then changed over to the siding. But that, and the other thing is this square gazebo. Square gazebos just don't gel really well with my brain, so that might have to go. We have space that we can reclaim up here, so let's take a look at the whole house. So it does have a very good size footprint. I can use that if I would like to reclaim space. Now this is the bottom floor. It's not particularly well designed, but it's not horribly designed. I mean, I'll give them that it's not the worst that it could be. But like the kitchen's here, the formal dining area is all the way over here. No, that's just not how the world works. Okay, and we do have one bedroom with a 3x3 bath down here. We've got, and also there is a powder room over here. And then we have a 3 bedrooms up here with 2 full baths. And this area could be reclaimed if we wanted a space that we could use. Easily, I could reclaim space. So that's always a possibility. And so there are things to do. Now it looks like they have everything new. I'm looking to make sure I don't accidentally get rid of any graves because they've met a lot of dead people lately, and I don't want to eliminate the graves for them, but I don't see any, so I'm going to make sure before I evict them. Otherwise, I'm just going to evict them. And I don't know if anybody else had this, but this turned out to be a little bit of a graphical bug because look at this. When you copy it, it comes out with this. I don't know if this is hidden in the file someplace or if that's just a bug or what. So once we evicted the household, the family's net worth is just shy of 133,000 simoleons. So that, of course, is the budget that we will be working with. And that is how I will determine what, of course, I'm going to do. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, and just to point this out, they actually didn't fill this space over here. So whoever was doing this probably didn't know that you could do that. But we will go ahead and deconstruct the house. So we have our tabula rasa that you know I do absolutely love to start with, because it makes things so much easier when I'm not being, and they put carpet in the bathroom. I love that. Carpet does not belong in a bathroom. Both of those bathrooms have carpet. All right. And downstairs, this of course is the kitchen, but I'm not in love with it for a kitchen, simply because it makes more sense to me. As you know, I do like to have the kitchen most accessible to the backyard. That just makes sense. And so we're going to make sure we do that. We are going to change the point of entry for the house. I was conflicted. I was going to put it over here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it. Is this an even number? It is actually an odd number. I don't like that. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's an even number. So we are going to put this, the point of entry, let's grab it here for now. And this will be the formal living room, the kitchen and dining room, family room, some form of skill building area, and we're going to get all the bedrooms up in this area. Okay, so this was 9 and this was 10. That's why it was uneven, because this actually did extend one click this way. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean that I can't do what I was thinking of. So we will continue with this. There we go. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and create the basement, because basement is the way to go. All right. It's easier from the top down. Go to this corner, hold my control key. Clearly can't do it in one sweep. All right, now we will, it's nice and flat, which means I can grab my staircases, count 5 back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. That it works both directions clearly. Okay, hammer that out. Use my terrain tool. Oops, that's not going to work right. There we go. All right, so that of course is the basement. Whether or not I use it remains to be seen, but I have it in case I want it. Okay, and coming up with a floor plan wasn't really that difficult in order to get 4 really good sized rooms up here. So that will be one of the rooms, probably Catherine Viejo, because it has her last name. That's where I'm going to be placing the stairs. Now this will be 2 other good sized rooms. There's a ensuite in Catherine's room, and there's a Jack and Jill in those 2 other rooms. There is the room for the teenager and his own private bathroom, because let's face it, teenage boys, I wouldn't want to share a bedroom with them, or a bathroom with them, if I could avoid it. Just say, I wouldn't want to. And then downstairs, we're going to put in the load-bearing walls, and the restroom, or excuse me, the staircase is going to go up from the main entryway. And then I moved the windows around. And this is going to be where the dining room is. There will be a little bit of some other things happening in here. And then we're going to have a little reading room here, and probably a music room over here. And what, if anything, I use the basement for remains to be seen. And I might even use this area up here as some other kind of living space that's available from the kitchen. I haven't decided. So let's go ahead and put our textures on. All right, so a little pro tip, if you use the white tile Atomica, it actually blends with the big chicken tile, but not if you rotate the big chicken tile, because it doesn't fit. See, look how it doesn't work quite right. So it only works if you do it the same direction. But of course you could rotate the white Atomica tile in the first place if you wanted to. So there's that. And by the way, there's actually a house that uses in Riverblossom that shipped with the game that uses the white Atomica tile, even though that was released with pets. So now the house with all of its coverings, we've got the bedrooms. Now this one is going to be the teenager's room and his bathroom. The bathroom shared by Catherine and Betty. And this will be Andrew's room and his bathroom. Downstairs we have, this would be basically the study / library, the large informal family room, maybe some other kind of study. Ooh, we don't have a door to that, do we? That was smart. I forgot an archway. We are putting an archway right there. And actually I meant, you know what? I'm going to keep the white one because it works with that particular, yeah, we're going to keep the white one for that, but the rest we will have that. And then of course, this is the formal living room / entry room, kitchen off the side, and the formal dining room. And through the formal dining room, I know it's a little strange, but this is where we are actually going to have access to the bonus room upstairs. And there will be a bathroom in here, so it could be like an efficiency apartment or something like that. And it's also where we would have access to the finished basement. Whether or not I use that remains to be seen. Now I'm going to go ahead and decorate it. Okay, so let's have a look. I did not change anything on the exterior with the exception of the vinyl siding that really bothered me, the Virtuous vinyl in mint, which does not match up with the Shiver Me Timbers wood siding. So I found the Advanced Clapboards by Better Walls that comes with, I do believe, the Mansions and Gardens, and it is the same width. If it doesn't match and match those lines, yeah, that's bad. It was bad, not gonna lie. Now let's check out inside. As we enter, I did relocate the front door to the middle of the middle room, and we enter a very formal parlor, complete with an upright piano, a bar, and a violin. To the right of the formal parlor, we have the country kitchen with an eating space. Now, it is not 100% necessary to have everything matchy, but it is nice to keep in the same theme. That can be a theme of color or theme of feel. And in this case, it's themes of both. Like, we are keeping in the whites and the pinks and the reds, but also the very country, quaint, simple look. Now, through the kitchen, we are presented with an armoire or a dresser or whatever you want to call it right here that serves as a sideboard because I like to use that as a sideboard. Then a staircase leading both up and downstairs, and a very formal dining room with a carpet that matches the draperies, the carpet from the celebration stuff. And it just pulls in the filigree very nicely. And also off the kitchen is a little powder room. On the other side of the formal dining room is the family room. But before we get there, there was one thing I wanted to do. Just to remind you, you can get rid of a banister on a fixed staircase by grabbing the railing tool, holding your control key, and then just tapping it. All right, and as we enter the informal family room, it is very spacious. We ran out of money. We did not run out of space, but we have the TV, an easel, and a dartboard over here. Through here in what used to be the teenager's room, we've turned it into a workout room. We've got bikes as well as those ballet bars. And on the front side of the family room, we've got a desk, and we have got our little library where we have chests and seating and a wall of books, because we do love a wall of books. Now we do go up the stairs from the formal living room, and at the top of the stairs is Andrew's room. Just very neutral, very tailored, something that I feel a gentleman would like. None of the bathrooms are appointed with luxury stuff. I didn't have enough money, and this is where I cut back. To the right of the staircase is one of the rooms that would be for either Betty or Catherine, just depending on which one wants which. And it's all appointed in the country stuff, and they have a Jack and Jill, or one could call it a Jill and Jill bathroom that they share. And then this is for the other one, and they are identically appointed. Then at the end of that hall is going to be the room for, his name is Jacob, isn't it? Yeah. And so this is the teenager's room. He actually had the best bed. He had the crazy one that the Curious brothers have with the funky canopy was actually the best bed in the family and the household. And I just didn't think that the teenagers should have the best bed. I'm just saying. Now, both the bonus room and the basement are currently empty because, like I said, I ran out of money, but now we've got it if you want it. So let's put the family in. Okay, it's move-in day for the Viejos, which is actually Catherine Viejo, Betty Goldstein, Andrew, and Jacob Martin. So, yeah, these ladies were friends with his mom and his grandmother. So, and are you hitting on him? It is, you are. Oh, all right, we've got some intergenerational romance. I like that. All right, no worries. So actually, Jacob, you should go to school. And I don't think anybody else, well, Andrew, do you have to? Yeah, Andrew, you could go to work. And Catherine and Betty, why don't you take a tour of the house? All right, we're BFFs. Okay, great. And let's check things out. Yeah, that's because you were out there without a jacket on. And let's do some rules of acquisition. How about a sculpture that is worth 1,500 simoleons, which is this one. Just plop it there. Yay. And now we'll just stick it in your inventory so we can sell it without any problem, because that's the way we do things. And Catherine over here is emptying her bladder. Great job. And oh, these things, they unjustified themselves. Let's fix those. And Catherine, why don't you make some salmon and we'll put it away for dinner later? Betty, I bet that bladder of yours needs to be emptied. Oh, it's grilled and baked. We love that. Thank you, Mr. Humble. And just go ahead and put that away, please, Catherine. Thank you. All right, go pick up that computer. Fantastic. And sure, pick up the newspaper and enjoy it. We've got a beautiful environment score. Let's see, is the kid in public school? Let's see if we can get him into private school today. And these ladies are both, they're both 54. Well, she's 55. They're in good shape. They're not ready to die soon. And why don't you go say hello to Patricia Wan? And let's see, here's Alexandra and Peter. Peter. Okay. Or, oh, you don't need to make a snowman. I didn't mean that. And young man, do you have to work today? No, that's good because, oh, you brought somebody home. Who'd you bring? Lakshmi Wong. That's fantastic. Yes, Peter is hot, but he's not rich, and you're interested in rich, Betty. And why don't you go ahead and invite the headmaster? Sure. You know, that way you can go to school with your girlfriend because she's actually in private school. Okay, and it looks like Betty needs to go to work, as does Catherine, and that's okay because they've already done what they need to do, which is make a meal. And Jacob's over here playing some violin, which is great. He probably sounds like crap, but that's okay. And it's a good thing that we called about the headmaster because that's on his list of things to accomplish. And Andrew is a trash talker and he's into games, but his lifetime want is to be a criminal mastermind. So that's in conflict. Now chat with your son, and Amar the headmaster has arrived. That's great. All right, Jacob, why don't you greet him with a kiss, kiss, darling? No, you don't need to continue. Okay, there we go. Greet with a kiss, kiss, darling. Okay, and now let's do a tour. Would you like to see the house? Absolutely. Okay, good environment score. Let's go ahead and show him the room. Woohoo! All right, and let's go over here. Not quite as solid of an environment score, but let's check it out. Oh, still very high. Nice. Show him the room. All right, great. Now we're in the study. Show him the room. Okay, and we've got one more effort. I always like my last room to show to be the kitchen. And why don't you get some leftovers? All right, clear. Okay, great. And now call him to dinner. We're going to put things all over the house. That's great. All right. I said to call him to dinner. Entertain, call for dinner. All right. Good job, Jacob. Why don't you sit here and eat? And why don't you also sit here and eat? And in the meantime, Patricia Juan is kind of helping with the schmoozing, I'm guessing. Might be a love connection. Lakshmi, you can go get something to eat. Thanks for cleaning up, Catherine. Hope you enjoyed that dinner, Peter. Okay, and cleaning up. We got 50 points for the tour, 17 points for schmooze. Why don't you clean up your own plate there, mister? All right. And 48 food points. Excellent. Well, you're going to feel very, very pleased now. Well, clearly, this is going to be a good house to raise his son in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the pixelated world. And that's all I have to say. Oh, look, they tucked themselves in. He's like, Dad, why? That's all I have to say. VK out.